Good evening and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we are going for another beer from the Tiny Rebel 7th birthday pack, and what we're going for tonight is this one. It's the collaboration with 4Pure and it's the double dry hopped Pilsner. And it says 7 years and 7 beers means 7 new cans. We're celebrating our 7th birthday the only way we know how. 7 exciting collaborations with a selection of our Tiny Rebel alliance. 4Pure are not only known for such classics as Juicebox and Easy Peeler, their lagers are award winning and as consistent as any in the market. So, a double dry hop Pilsner was the only way to take our collaboration. Expect to blend perfect drinkability with double dry hopped notes on top of a classic Pilsner. And it's 5% ABV. Now, I'm not a huge lager drinker, I must admit. As I'm sure if you check out one or two of the other lager videos on the channel, notice there's not many of them. So this will be interesting. It contains the obvious: water, malted barley, malted wheat, hops and yeast. It doesn't elaborate as to which hops or which yeasts or malts are included, but we know that they're in there, so that's good, right? Anyway, the artwork on the can is pretty funky, kinda, yeah, Little Big Planet-ish esque kind of thing going on. Anyway, there's a whale. I like the whales, particularly when they're flying. Anyway, that's a reference to a band. If you know which band I'm referring to, comment down below. Anyway, we're on about the beer, so let's crack her open and see what we get. So we're pouring into the Tiny Rebel birthday glass, and we've got what we expect in a lager: pale, clear, hefty old head on that pour. There we are. Let's try and get some focus on that there. So it's clear, effervescent, 1.5 to 2 fingers worth of head, reasonably large bubbles on it actually. Tight and compact on the top though, but the beer is clear. Yeah, it looks like what we're expecting. As for the aromas, oh, it's quite fruity smelling. It's potentially citry used in the dry hop stage. I like it. Doesn't smell like your typical lager at all, and that's a good thing to me. There was a lager Pilsner that was produced by Vocation, and that it's bearing resemblance to this, in as much as those fruity hops that are used, as opposed to that typical lager bland nothingness. Yeah, it smells good. Let's try it. Cheers. Yeah, as lagers go, that's very good. It's got that typical slightly dry Pilsner type affair going on. It's very light and very fresh, but you've got the hop, and that is what makes it for me. Most lagers are real bland, generic lager flavours. You know, there's nothing exciting about them, but this has got a little bit of something going on that makes it interesting. It's clearly come from that double dry hop stage. In terms of the flavour, there's an element of dank, which I like. I like dank hops. There's an element of sweet citrus, just a little bit. It's more on the aroma than it is on the taste, but it's there. And then there's that classic malty finish that you get with a Pilsner. That's good. That is good, as lagers go. Now, what would I score it? So, when you take into account it's Tiny Rebel and it's 4Pure, so you've got 2 different sets of minds going at the beer, you're likely to get something a bit better, I think, because you're going to have people who say, oh, I don't like that about this one, let's put something else in. And I think collaborations work really well. So would I buy it again? Actually, I would. for a summery drink. It's light and refreshing and tasty, and yeah, it works for summer. I'm not, like I say, I'm not a big lager drinker, but this would wet the whistle where otherwise I'd reach something like a cider. So yeah, I'd buy it again. How much more would I buy it again than a 3? Because obviously 3 is my benchmark. It's got lots more hop than a regular lager, so that is a big plus for me. So it's gonna score somewhere around about the 4. What do I think of the aftertaste and so on? It's quite a dry finish. Yeah. Like I say, because it's lager, I'm struggling to score it much more than a 4. But I think 4.25, because it's got things about it that I really like. It's got those really hoppy flavours, and that's what makes it for me. Makes it better than your average lager. So yeah, it's only the third craft lager that I've tried that I actually enjoy. Well, it's the third one I've tried. So yeah, I've drunk all your usual lagers that everyone does in their formative years, and I wouldn't now drink them if you paid me. I don't think. Maybe I would. Who knows? Carlsberg, you want to throw me £1,000,000 and I'll try some? Of course I would. For £1,000,000, I'd probably drink most things. But anyway, but yeah, as craft lagers go, this is very tasty. Very, very tasty. It's very tasty. Yeah, so 4.25 is what I'd score it. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, this has been the Tiny Rebel 1 4 Pure Double Dry Hop Pilsner. This has been the beer. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.